Ayaneo just came out with the cheapest handheld PC you can buy right now. The name here is the Lite, and I have mixed opinions about it. And to see why, let's dive more into the specifications behind this very unique device. So physically, it looks beautiful. Ayaneo, even though they're a small niche brand, they're getting to the point now that they know how to make these devices, and all of them have amazing build quality, and they just have this modern/retro look to them that I think is super appealing. Now, the screen that you're looking at here is 7 inches in size. Pretty nominal, although definitely on the smaller side. It's using IPS technology, but the resolution here is very low, just 800p. Obviously, they did this to save on cost, but also because the CPU here isn't really that powerful. We're talking either a Ryzen 5 4500U processor or a slightly better Ryzen 7 4800U processor. And side by side, the big difference between these two processors are the core count. The 7 has 8 and 16 threads, and the 5 is just 6 cores, 6 threads. With single core performance, the performance is pretty much identical, but there is a much bigger difference when you get into multi-core performance. And according to the iGPU benchmark, this does translate to a pretty big difference in graphical performance, although neither of these chips are what I would call high performance. They're both around 4 years old at this point, and even back when these chips launched, they were still classified as budget chips. So keep that in mind. I'm happy to see the device does come with 16 gigabytes of RAM and up to 512 gigabytes of storage. And even though this is a budget device, a super budget device, it still manages to have Hall triggers and Hall effect joysticks. So very happy to see that on a cheaper device. And another spec that really stood out to me is the battery capacity. Even though this device is small with a low-res display, a fairly basic CPU, the battery capacity here is still 47 watt-hours. So this device should easily get some of the best battery life in the category. And if you go to buy this on the website right now, the price for all this is $350. Let us know your thoughts on this device in the comments below, because personally, as I alluded to in the beginning of this video, I'm very split on this device. It certainly has a lot of pros, like the price tag and the design, the build quality. It's all very nice. However, I'm not really sure what you can realistically do with this device that you can't do with, say, a smartphone. Because don't forget, a smartphone is one of the most ubiquitous gaming computers on the market. Most of them have a pretty similar sized display, better resolution. There's hundreds of third-party accessories like Bluetooth controllers, and a smartphone, especially a modern smartphone, is going to have way better performance. So for example, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is the new chip we're seeing on most modern phones, and it completely crushes the Ryzen 5 4500U processor found in this device. So that means to me, when it comes to mobile games that you might want to play on this device, I'm not sure when it would be better than just using a smartphone. The big exception here is compatibility. Not every game we want to play is available on a mobile phone. And this Lite does run Windows 11, so thus, theoretically, it can play a lot more games. But that's just theoretically, because again here, the processor is not very capable at all. It's a lot weaker than modern smartphones. And to illustrate this, if we stack up the 4500U processor against the Z1 Extreme, which is kind of the benchmark for mid-range to higher range portable PC gamers, we can see the difference is just massive on both single, multi-core, and especially the graphical benchmark. The 4500U is just 27% the performance of the Z1 Extreme when it comes to gaming. So that leaves me thinking, what game can you not play on a smartphone due to compatibility that you can still play on this very weak mobile Windows gaming PC? I personally think you'd be much better off with something like a Lenovo Legion Go that can play really any Windows game just fine, and having a phone in your pocket when you want to play more light mobile games. But I will say I do like the form factor, the design, the price tag of this new device from Ayaneo. And let me know in the comments below, would you buy this device personally, and what games would you play with it? I'll leave all the appropriate links below the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.